Hi everyone, and welcome to Research and Resources in Community Health. I'm Joe Tamanka, and I'm the instructor for this online course this semester. I did a little introductory video so that you can kind of get a feel for who I am, see what I look like before we delve into the real meat of the class. So I just have a few slides to kind of give you an introduction to me and know where I'm coming from. So this is the course, and of course I'm the instructor. A little bit about me. I am a professor in public health sciences. I started at New Mexico State University in 2013, then as Associate Dean for Research. This position is now no longer part of the college. We eliminated it as part of budget cuts, so now I'm just professor in public health sciences. Before that, I worked at the University of Texas at El Paso for about 18 years. Those of you familiar with the region will know that UT El Paso is literally just down the road, about 45 minutes away from the New Mexico State main campus, so it's not a big shift in location. My background is in psychology. I have bachelor's and master's degrees in psychology, and my PhD, my terminal degree, is in social psychology, and I got that in 1993. Yes, I'm getting older. Before and actually while I was doing some of that graduate work, my hometown is Buffalo, New York. I grew up there until I was about 30 years old. Maybe 28. I don't remember the exact age when I left. But you know, this is Buffalo here. Buffalo is known for a few things. First of all, is its proximity to Niagara Falls, and second of all, but you know, no less in level of being famous for Buffalo is Buffalo is of course home of the chicken wing, and of course, in Buffalo, we don't call them buffalo wings. They're just wings. My research interests lean towards my background in psychology and social psychology. I did my dissertation and a bunch of work subsequent to that in stress and coping, particularly with interests in individual differences in stress reactions, and individual differences in how people appraise potentially stressful situations. The idea being that how you view, how you evaluate, how you appraise a situation determines how you're going to react to that situation. I also have quite a bit of research background in theory-based approaches to behavior change. In a couple of areas I've done work. We've done brief interventions to reduce alcohol risks in college students and in adults. We've done interventions for weight management practices and disordered eating, and promotion of physical activity is another area. Often, some of these areas, especially the weight management and promotion of physical activity, are issues that have been driven by students I've worked with. They were interest areas of theirs, and I've kind of gone along because of my interest in theory-based approaches to behavior change. Although I'm not, I'm no longer the Associate Dean for Research, I also am the director of a small research group organization within New Mexico State University called Crimson Research. Crimson Research is an applied research center. We work with a bunch of community agencies on projects that are based in the local and not so local community, at least throughout southern New Mexico. We do a lot of program evaluation and survey research out of this organization. We have a bunch of current projects. We're evaluating the Doña Ana County AOT program, Assisted Outpatient Treatment Program, which is funded through SAMHSA. We are the evaluators for that project. We have a project where we work with promotores or community health workers to do tobacco cessation and prevention. And we're also evaluating some other things for the Paso del Norte Health Foundation. My hobbies, include road cycling, which I'm really glad to report that I've really gotten back into in the last several months. Golf and home brewing. Home brewing being brewing my own beer. I'm not so sure that home brewing is a hobby for me because I, quite frankly, just don't drink enough to do it very often. So when you brew beer, you usually make about 5 gallons, and that seems to last me about 6 months. So I'm not sure it's a hobby if you only do it 2 times a year, but I listed it here anyway. Sports, I have, of course, coming from Buffalo, I'm a huge Buffalo Bills fan, but I also follow Arsenal from the English Premier League. When I teach my first class, one of the exercises I do is I talk about one interesting thing about me, and there are actually 3 interesting things about me. I'm going to tell you one. What I tell my class is that, if we hang out during the semester and I continually get asked, I might tell you the other 2 as well. But the one interesting thing about me is that I lived in New Zealand for about a year and a half between when I finished graduate school and before I came to UT El Paso, teaching at the University of Otago in New Zealand. And the large picture here is the University of Otago. It's a very Scottish city in New Zealand. This is the Otago Peninsula, which is quite beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go to New Zealand, I highly recommend it. We actually live right around here, right on the bay here. Quite close to the shoreline, so it was really really gorgeous. So one of the things that I've put up to try to facilitate this discussion and getting to know each other is I've created a discussion board within Canvas, and there's no grade assigned with it. But what I'd like people to do is, since I've told you an interesting thing about me, tell the class through the discussion board one thing that's interesting about you, and hopefully we'll get to know each other a little better. So that's about all I have. I plan to do a couple of more videos talking about some of the features of the course and things you're going to want to pay attention to. But I want to keep these videos short so that people might actually get through them. So I'll sign off for now, and we'll be seeing you this semester.